In this class, we'll discuss about what do you mean by conjunction and interjection. So let us dive into this topic. Here in this topic, there is a conjunction and interjection here. So they both are, we can call it as a minor topics in case of a English grammar point of view, but they play a crucial role. How they play a crucial role, that we'll discuss in this video here. So let us dive. Coming to the definition point of view, what do you mean by conjunction? So first what I'll do is I'll explain conjunction, then I'll explain interjection. So we'll deal accordingly in that fashion. Now coming to this definition here, conjunction. So basically what do you mean by conjunction? A conjunction is a word that joins two or more words, phrases or sentences, clauses, sentences, etc., etc. Like this you can say. Okay, so what do you mean by this simple definition? Means it can join two words, or it can join two clauses, or it can join two phrases, sentences, clauses, something like that. Okay, so let us highlight this definition here. A conjunction is a word that joins two or more words, more clauses, or you can say more clauses, more words, more phrases, more sentences. Okay, two or more. So this is a very, very simple definition to understand. Now coming to the point here, there is a, when we say this two or more, it joins two or more words, phrases, clauses or sentences. So then you will have to know that how many varieties are there. That is also one of the important point. When you look at that these varieties here, varieties in the sense types here. Okay, so types of conjunction is you can see the here there is a, you have a coordinating conjunction, then you have subordinating conjunction, then there is a correlative conjunction. So apart from that, then we have this what are the rules and regulations. Okay, so now what we will do is we'll look at it one by one, each thing one by one. So in case of this coordinating conjunction, the main thing why we use this coordinating conjunction is basically, so this is also same definition, the root definition are going to change, the only application is going to change. Here this is also same things. Whenever you want to join words, phrases, classes of equal rank in the sense what do you mean by equal rank? So for that generally you can use this fanboy or something like that. So but you can naturally have a look at with the example, you can easily understand. So for that what I have done is I have made some table here so that you can easily catch the point here. That is a conjunction, its use and its respective example. So we will look at first one, that is for. Where we use for, whenever you want to reason something. What do you mean by reason something? Means I am going to outside, I am going outside for bringing the food. Like this. He stayed home for it was raining. So what basically you are doing this here, this one, it was raining is the reason. So this is the reason why this sentence has been told. Okay, so this is basically the cause, you can say this is the cause. Okay, so for this reason you have this effect. Okay, so why this effect has come is here because you want to have a correlation between cause and the effect. So you can use for. That's one thing. Okay, so correlation between cause and the effect. Okay, he stayed home for it was raining. I am going outside for bringing some food. Likewise, the reason and also the correlation, like not only just a cause and effect here, you can also say, so this is the reason, so logical deduction. So for this one, we are going that one, okay? So like this, also what you can do is you can use this for as a conjunction, first one. Then the next one is and, where we use and. So we have to use and whenever at the very last, or else I would like to explain this in a more fashion here, so somewhat in an extension fashion. For example, she bought bananas, comma, and also there should be space, okay? So apples and oranges. So this is same thing, okay? Here, whenever you are going to join the very last, the sentence, so last nouns, okay? So you want to end the sentences, there also you have to use and, okay? And when you are using and, so the last nouns, this is the one noun and this is another noun. So by joining these two, so you want to, so if you are writing and, the meaning is that here, that after this and, the next word is whatever the noun or whatever it is comes there, sentence or clause or phrase comes there, then that is the end of it. So there we will be using and, okay? Keep this point in mind. Addition means that is the final thing that you are going to say in that respect to sentence or in that respect to para or something like that, okay? So in such cases we will use and. So you cannot use and however you want it here. So where do we use and? So whenever you are going to end the sentence, then there you will be using and. So after the and, whatever the noun or sentence or clause, phrase, whatever it comes, so that would be the end of it. So the next thing will be the full stop, means that's the end of there. That's one point here, okay? So there we'll be using and. So basically why we use and is when you want to do the addition. Then the third thing is here nor. Nor is basically used for negative addition. Negative addition means same purpose but in a negative fashion. Same as a purpose of, what is the purpose of n? The same thing but in the opposite, okay? He does not eat meat nor does he drink milk, means he is not doing both. So this is the first one, then this is also second. So you are going to join two things here. That's the thing, okay? Then the next one is but. Where do we use but is whenever there is a contrast. Contrast in the sense you have some meaning, like one sentence is positive, then the very next sentence would be negative, okay? Or else one sentence will be, the sentence will be positive, the very next will be negative and positive. So there we'll be using but. But likewise you have to use, okay? This is the logic. Here I tried hard but I failed, means I tried hard here, this is a very positive sentence, okay? So if I did not try hard but I succeeded, like this, but I failed. So but I failed in the sense, so this becomes a negative sentence here because I failed is a negative, okay? So this is negative. So in such cases we have to use a but. So remember this is the logic for using it but. So this is one sentence, I tried hard and I failed. So I tried hard and I failed is not a right way of expression. I tried hard but I failed is the right way. It means you are actually showing the what is the proper feeling you are actually trying to express, okay? That's the way. Then or is basically a choice in the sense, so you might have one or two or more, something like this, okay? Do you want tea or coffee? You want to, okay? So there is one thing and there is another thing, means you have two options. This is one option also available. At the same time, second option is also available for you. So whichever you want, you can choose. Okay, like this. Okay. Then if you have more numbers in a menu, then you cannot use or. You have to use AND. You have to go for AND. Okay. Then that is OR here. Yet is also something like contrast. So what is like same thing like but. Okay. She is young, yet very wise. Means she is younger, yet very wise. Means this one is basically this is not about positive or negative sentences here. So when you use yet, okay, means to that respective thing, it's a too much to accept. For example, here she is young. Normally, what we do is, what we have a notion is, normally young people are generally, they are not that much experienced. They may be acting foolish. They may take a wrong decision, something like that, right? So, but yet very wise, means they are not intelligent, something like that. So means where do you apply this word yet is, means when you are using this, you have some very, very small in number. Or so the first sentence is basically we can simply to express in such a way that here, so the beginning sentence is basically very small opening and no any probable or outcome, not a super outcome here, but you want to highlight from this to this. Okay, means what to say, like any films and all, generally what we do, initially the hero guy will be very, very humble guy, and then not a very meek person and easygoing person, but suddenly when a villain enters, this guy becomes a wily person, and then he'll fight and then he'll show all the heroism. Same fashion. Okay, so even though the hero is young, hero is a simple man, poor man, yet he achieved a rich, yet he achieved some success in the business, something like that. Okay, so you want to make something like contrast. They are not negative. Please keep that point. So but is used only for a contrast, but this one is not contrast, completely contrast. So from small to jumping into higher, something like that, or jumping from higher to smaller, something like that. Okay, then the next one is so is also a result here, like it was late, so we left. So you have one sentence, we left, second sentence. Okay, so here what is happening here is one is leading to the second, one will lead to the second, means so this one, okay, so means you are making a correlation. So from here to here you are going in a forward direction. So for that reason we'll be using this one. Then subordinating conjunctions. So in case of subordinating conjunctions, okay, so where do you use this one? So when you join a dependent subordinate class with an independent class, what do you mean by this? So it's a very big statement. That is it's a mostly like, it's a very big phrase here, or we can say some unknown definition, something like that. So but you need to understand through the example so that you'll be able to understand the definition. For that, let us see here. So in a subordinating conjunction, you can actually have these three varieties. So what is the type of this conjunction? This type of this conjunction is whether you'll be using it for time or cause or reason, or for example, it is a condition. Then also like contrast or concession, process, or purpose, then comparison purpose. So there we'll be using this one. Then apart from that, here this much is good enough here for you to understand the subordinating conjunction. So let us look at one by one here. So whenever you are using it for a time, okay, then like here, after, before, when, while, as soon as possible, like as soon as, until, like that. Okay, so I left before I arrived. After we left, here arrived. I left before here. So here what you are using is, the main purpose is you are actually trying to bring the time into picture. So I left is one sentence. He arrived is the second sentence. So in these two sentences, we want to establish a time in between. So you want to insert a time, okay? So that time is exactly like you are not going to say 12 o'clock, 7 o'clock, something like that. But instead, you don't want to specify the time exactly, but you want to bring the time into picture. Then like this, okay? I left after he arrived. It's also the same thing. I left when he arrived. I left as soon as he arrived. I left like this, okay? So you can use any one of this. I left after he arrived. Anyway, you can use, okay? That's one point here. Then cause or reason. So cause or reason is here. So where do we use this one is here? Because, since, as. So this because is also a preposition, okay? So that we'll look at that into a some more in detail here, and so look at that preposition videos too. Here, in case of this cause or reason here, so look at one example here. He went home because he was tired. So this is the first sentence. He went home, then he was tired is the second sentence. So here you are joining these two sentences. So, but you are making correlation here because what is the correlation here that you are going to make? You are going to give cause or the reason. So when you want to express cause or the reason, then you will be using a because as a word. So that is a one thing. Then condition. Conditions are here if, unless, provided that, okay? Unless, provided that, like this, okay? So you can go if you finish your work. You can submit the assignment provided that all answers are attempted. All questions are attempted, something like that, okay? So anyway, you can use all this, okay? So don't go home unless you complete this task. Don't go home like this. Anyway, one example here. Then in the same subordinating conjunction itself, so continuation, contrast and concession. So where do we use contrast, and where do we use a concession here, okay? So here, although, though, even though, whereas, like this here. Although he is rich, he is humble. Means what you are trying to do is you are going to make a contrast here. That is contrast. So this he is rich, he is humble. So the second sentence and first sentence is a contrast. So normally what we have generally notion in the mind, generally you will be having that when a person is a rich person, so he'll be aggressive and he'll be violent, something like that generally, because he has a lot of resources. So he'll be not be able to normally be quiet, something like that, right? So but you are saying that actually you are bringing that the sentence here in a contrast here. So that's normal notion that you are going to deny. Although he is rich, he is humble. Means he is a very meek person and something like that. Then you can do even so like this, okay? Whereas you can use it for a concession also here. Then purpose. So purpose is, for example, so if you want to use it for purpose, so that in order to work hard so that you may succeed. So same thing I'm going to write in order to, in order so in order that, okay? So work hard in order that you will succeed. You may succeed. Yeah, that much is enough here for us. So to understand, very, very simple sentence here, okay? So this is one word. Then comparison. Comparison. So as, dash, as, and also than. He is taller than me. He is she is as crazy as my ex. Some name, okay? Like this you can do. She is as crazy as my ex. You can introduce some word here, okay? She is as beautiful as my ex. He is as beautiful. So some name you can give this frame a sentence here. So for like this, okay? Here, basically we are using it for comparison here. Then coming to this correlative conjunction. In case of correlative conjunction, the correlative conjunctions basically used for paired conjunctions. A paired conjunction used to connect the equal grammatical items. Equal grammatical items is here, this is like this. Either or, neither nor, not only but also, both and, whether or. So where do we use this one? So here this application is also important here. So here either or means when you have two choices, only two choices, then we use this this either or. So either you leave now, this is the first choice, either you leave now or you will miss the train. This is the second one. This is the word. So there are two choices, then we use this either or. Then neither nor. So neither nor also same thing when you have two choices. So but it is in a negative, okay? Neither the teacher nor the student are present. So this basically this neither nor is basically either is used for positive, neither nor is used for negative sentences. So neither the teacher. So neither the teacher nor the students were present. So when you want to express that in a negative fashion, so there we'll be using this one, neither and nor. Then the next one is not only but also. Where do you use not only but also? Here, she is not only smart but also. Okay, so not only, so this is, yeah, like this, not only but also. So what you are trying to say here, she is smart and she is also kind. So there is a one feature and there is another feature. So these two features are quite contrast. Okay, so smart and kind. So basically something like that. Okay. So you want to express in addition, so you want to add contrast items one by one, like this also, you can use this one. Then both and means here, both John and Peter are coming. John and Peter are coming. So both John and Peter. So when there are two people here, one and this guy, okay, two nouns, and then are ones are two sentences, this one and this one, or else two phrases, two clauses, that means you want to say that all the options are available. So that place we use a both and. The next one is whether or. Whether or generally used to just to ask questions. So I don't know whether you laugh or cry. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Means this is one sentence and this is another sentence here. Okay, so there are two options here. Means you are actually asking the question, even though this is normally a sentence. Okay, so please check whether there is a chutney in the curry box or not. Means what you are doing is you are directly asking a question, or you are it's basically an indirect form of asking a question. It's not a straight question. Okay, so that's one point here you should understand, whether or. Okay, whether or in the sense so indirectly you are asking a question. That's one point here. Then next one is regarding this rules for this grammar in case of a conjunction. So what are the basic things that you have to remember? So here, whenever you are using a conjunction, please remember that the first point is a grammatical point. Use same grammatical structure. That's the first point you have to remember. She likes singing and dancing. She likes singing and she likes dancing. She likes to sing and dancing is a wrong sentence. Why this is a wrong sentence is here. If you have used instead of dancing word, she likes to use dance is a right word. She likes to sing and dance is a right word, because this is in V1 form. So this also should be in V1 form. So this is in singing is, that is, this is in V4 form. So this also should be in V4 form. Okay. So what is V4, V1, V2, V3? V1 is, say for example, sing. Then V2 becomes a sang. V3 becomes sung. Then V4 it become singing. ing. Okay. So it should be in only one form here. Okay. So that grammatical structure, please do not mess up. That's one point here. Then subject verb agreement in correlatives. So what are the subject verb agreement is here? Whenever you are using it, these are all okay. Only the first one is grammar point. Yeah. So always make sure that the verb is near to the nearest subject, whatever the verb that you are using, so that agrees with the nearest subject. So if you look at here, neither he nor they are guilty. So they are guilty. They is not guilty. So that's false. Neither he, here, what happened here? Here, this one is he is basically singular verb. Here, they is a plural. So for plural only, you have to write the verb here. Okay. So this auxiliary verb is for plural. Likewise, either the players or the captain is present. So the captain is here singular person. So that's why this becomes is. There the plural, so you are using a plural verb. Likewise, then usually maximum avoid double conjunction as much as possible. Avoid that. Okay. So look at this one sentence here. That is although he was tired, but he went to work. So here what happened is you are using although and also you are using. Okay. So you can use one is enough. So one actually although is for a contrast and also but is also for contrast. So no need to say every time, state it every time. So that no need to bring too much conjunction into picture. So one conjunction generally is suffice for two sentences. Okay, because the conjunction here is one conjunction is to join one word to other word, word one and word two, and so sentence one to sentence two. So that much is good enough. Okay, so no need to give. So remember that these conjunctions are like a chain links. Okay, so if you are adding too much chain links for something, so it actually looks messy. Same thing here also. Although he was tired, he went to work. So that is right. So the one more point is here, the conjunction versus preposition confusion generally people find, that is, where do they do? Where do generally this confusion will come? So after he came is conjunction after lunch. Look at here. This lunch is basically a noun. And after he came is basically the sentence. He came is a sentence. So you should be careful about where this, whether this both, most of the time conjunction words are sometimes involved with the prepositions. So preposition words are generally involved with the conjunctions. So that you be very careful about it and then deal accordingly. The next one is interjection. What do you mean by interjection? Generally, this interjection, generally as per definition, if you look at here, it's a very big definition. So this definition, we can say, we use it for to express something surprise. That's a simple sentence we can, I would like to say. What do you mean by surprise is, a interjection is a word or a phrase that express strong emotion. Strong emotion, surprise, reaction, and they are independent of grammatical structure of any sentence. Okay, so they don't have any grammatical structure. So usually, normally, for example, this is a very mostly used, this one, my. So whenever, so this is in Hollywood films and all, they'll use this sentence. Okay, my means you are surprised. Like, so this sentence generally used that actually you are surprised. So when you are surprised to see something, my means that you don't want to see a certain person, you don't want to see your ex, but she is there, like, or else you don't want to see your ex person, that is he, but he is there. And so in such cases, generally we'll use this sentence. Okay, my. Then likewise, so if you want to label these emotions with some names, like this, joy, surprise, sorrow, greeting, attention, disgust, pain. So that would be enough. Okay, like this, normally in India we call it as navrasas. Okay, so the same thing, emotions. Okay, so 9 varieties of emotions, but here we don't have that many. Yeah, look at here, joy. We can say hooray, wow, yippee, yay. Okay, yay. So surprise means oh, ah, yeah, what. Okay, so generally these are chart languages. Okay, so oh, ah, okay, what like this. Okay, what is generally the right word for a surprise? Sorrow means alas, oh no, something. Okay, then greeting is basically hello, hi, hey, like this. Okay, this is generally for greeting. Then attention, listen, look, hush, and so basically what to say, yeah, look. Most of the Indians, generally what they do is, in order to draw attention, generally what they do is, they'll use see like this. Okay, most of the time, but this is not used most generally in case of an interjection. So in interjection, you want to draw attention, look is the same meaning that you want to convey, but what generally Indians do is, you want to say look is basically to say that actually you wanted to, you want to ask the other person to have a look at you, to see you, but what you do is, you would generally directly ask see. This is the one I was talking about. So that is not a right word. Look, this is the one we are talking about. Means look is the word generally used for drawing the attention most of the time. So that is generally, so this is not a, as I said just before, there won't be any grammatical structure. Okay, so there is no any problem with that. You can use that, but why you use see is most of the time because of that, because you have Indian way of saying that. So in Indian languages, generally we call it as look at me. That sentence actually you are trying to convey into see. Okay, that's meaning. Here, disgust means you, like this. Okay, pain means ouch, oh. So look at some examples. Hooray, we won the match. Oh, what a beautiful scene. Alas, he is dead. Hello, how are you? Look, a shooting star. Oh, that's disgusting. Ouch, that hurts. Like this. Then the last one is here. What are the grammatical points for this? If you look at in exam, something at least you must know about what is grammatical points. So whenever you are using this interjection, it always follows a exclamatory mark. That's the first point. It always follows a exclamatory mark. So that's the first identification. Okay. Then sometimes they are followed by commas in the middle of the expression. Well, I think you are right. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. So suddenly use this one. Well, so well is not a word. Okay. So, oh, so in a sentence, just suddenly you'll use this one. Well, comma, means you are pausing for some time. Then you are saying that. Okay. I think you are right like that. Then the next one is this basically do not affect the subject verb agreement. So they are, as I said, they are not a grammatically, they don't follow grammatical rules, but because of they don't follow grammatical rules, they don't involve this subject verb agreement rules and regulations. Okay. Then the third one is, this is third one. Fourth one is interjections can stand alone or start a sentence on their own. So they are independent. So that's what you can say. Okay, EP, oh no, like this. Okay, oh no, I forgot this. Okay, so you can start it anywhere, but when you start any sentence, generally the sentence starts with a capital letter in English. That's the first point. Okay, so apart from that, this grammatical point regarding this interjection is not that much going to affect, but the conjunction is what generally you should be careful about. Okay, so in case of conjunction, what we have seen is here there is a coordinating conjunction, then subordinating conjunction, then correlative conjunction. Okay, so you be mindful about how to use all these things, and so this is mostly the details regarding conjunction and interjection. So I hope you understood the definition of conjunction and interjection, and when it comes to this conjunction and interjection, these are not that much grammatical serious thing here, but if it asked in exam, then you have to learn anyway. So learning everything and then mastering the subject is the ultimate goal for any person, so that you can, when you are preparing for a competitive exam, so be thorough and then face the exam. I hope this is basically the last part of the video, and then so I would close this with the theory topic here with this conjunction and interjection, and I wish you all the best for your bright future. Until then, please do subscribe and share this YouTube channel. We'll meet again with some previous year question papers explanations. Bye.